Hello students of class 11. Today I thought it would be better if I make a video of revision of your rise of Nazism towards a Nazi state, which we are already continuing for previous 2 days. Now today we will be discussing on two things. One is censorship on media, suppression of churches and anti-Semitic activity. Now, what is censorship of media? Censorship of media was an important infrastructure, or I must say an important weapon of Nazism to create Germany as a Nazi state. Now, on this case, you must have heard or you must have read about the name of Joseph Goebbels. He was the mastermind, or he was under the extreme superior control of controlling this media. Whatever will be studied, whatever will be printed on in school, colleges, how the teachers will be teaching, what the students should be studying, everything was being controlled by Joseph Goebbels under the leadership of Adolf Hitler. Everything should be Nazi. Syllabus were modified, propaganda were being modified, whatever the nation was up to is changed, the idea, the goals of country has already changed, so it has now started coming into printed way, whether through newspapers or the news channels, whatever were there, everything was being controlled by Goebbels, and the core of everything was Nazism. Anything which were protesting or in the slightest way of anti-Nazi activity was been found, then and there the license were cancelled, the newspaper or the media was banned, the teachers, the students were put behind the bar, especially the teachers and the professor, in an accusation of motivating the students to go against the Nazis. These are the facts. Coming into the suppression of churches, two facts we will be staying on. One is Protestant, another is Catholic. First, coming into the Catholic, initially Germany didn't have any problem with the Catholics, but gradually, when the German Youth League, which was a religious organization, you have the name in your book as well as in your study material, started propagating the Nazi ideology in the religion, also the Catholic West went against them. And as soon as they went against them, all Catholic churches were banned who were against the Nazis. Because church was against any kind of brutality or any kind of activities which the Nazi were actually doing at that point of time. So somehow, whenever Nazi or the German leader Adolf Hitler realized that it is going, or through religious way also, any kind of opposition can come up against me, he banned all kind of Catholic activities. Coming into the Protestant, initially the Protestants were also not hampered by the Nazi activity, but when especially Hitler's anti-Jews mentality came into existence and the way he was treating towards the Jews, he was killing, he was sending them into the concentration camp, which I will be discussing in the anti-Semitic activity later. But first you come to know, you should know that whenever this thing arises, they didn't have any kind of classes the way the Catholic was fighting against the Nazi. No. They only have a major problem when the Jews had been affected badly by the Hitler. So as soon as the thing had taken place, the Protestants were also cut short or banned. 300, 400 and thousands number of Protestants were put behind the bar. Not even any sign of them had been traced out. Coming into the last part of today, that is the anti-Semitic activity. You know, Hitler was a kind of fanatic mentality that had grown more and more towards the Jews when as the time had progressed, he went more anti-Jews. He realized that he had a strange view that the main reason behind the failure of Germany in the World War I was the Jews' participation. The Jews did not fight well in the World War I. That's why the Germany had lost the war. That's why he was against the Jews. All Jews, students, teachers, any persons who were working in the offices had been removed, they had been banned, they were put into the concentration camp. Even the orphans, they also put into the concentration camp just to see whether they belong, to find out any kind of trace. So to find out any kind of trace whether they belong to a Jewish family or not. If they are not from the Jewish family, they had been treated well. They were trained in the Nazi army. They had been given high post. But as soon as some traces were found that they belong to the Jewish family, they had been put into the gas chamber or concentration camps. The life in the concentration camp was extremely brutal and unexpected. If you want to see, you can go into the YouTube and see the rise of Hitler and the anti-Jewish activity. You will find it out. I had the option in the regular classes every year. I used to show them the videos. Unfortunately, I cannot. Hopefully, when the class will be a regular one, I will be showing you that. And regarding this anti-Jewish activity, from where inside Germany, the first real protest had started. The world became terrified regarding Hitler's Jews activity. The concentration camp and the gas chamber, they were put inside a room where no windows were there. The door was airtight, and after putting them inside the room, they simply used to open up sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, or this kind of fatal gases for the human being. So after killing them, they used to simply bury them beside the river or under the riverbed or in the jungle, wherever it is. Nowadays also in the jungle or under the riverbed, whenever the construction takes place, thousands would be a bit better, hundreds in a particular group, 200 skeletons used to come up. So this is how he actually suppressed all the voices which actually going against the Nazism, and by choking out, by crippling out the anti-Nazi mentality, he actually turned Germany into a Nazi state. The Nazi code we have already studied. So this is it for tomorrow. Today, censorship on media we have coming up. Who was Joseph Goebbels is an important short question. Protestant suppression of the church. Here 2 paragraph is very much important. If a question comes, you must write both the perspective, what was regarding the Protestant, what was regarding the Catholic, and in anti-Semitic activity you should vividly mention how was the nature of the extortion against the Jews. So this is it for tomorrow. An important thing for the exam, since you can see your syllabus has been cut short very deeply, it has been cut short, and from here and there it has been sorted out. And the way we have prepared the syllabus regarding this e-distancing classes, we had to little bit cut short the syllabus. We had to give some big chapters for the annual and bring some small chapters since the time period was small. You can see some of the modification in the question group. Suppose after the short questions, since you are giving the first time exam in 11, I am telling you there will be 20 marks of 1 marks question and 60 marks of long mark questions. I have already discussed, given you the question pattern in the first study materials. Again, I am telling the first part you will be provided 5 questions, after which you have to write 2 marks. Generally in the board exam, you are provided with these 5 questions from Indian part, and rather other 5 questions in the second part from the European part. But here 2 questions are from European part. You may find it out, don't get awkward. Whatever the syllabuses are there, whatever syllabus you have been provided, whatever study material we have given, it's completely from each and every question is a flat question. Go through the question, write it down, don't think about it is from Indian history, it's from European history. For this years, this is being modified a bit, but when in the annual, whenever you will be giving the full syllabus book, your question will be up to the mark according to the board syllabus. Pattern is same. From the first part, you have to write 2. From the second part, you have to write 2 out of 5 questions. But you have to write 1 extra, whether from part 2 or from part A or part B. That means you will be attempting total 5 questions of 12 marks, which will be carrying 60 marks. Generally, it has been divided with 6 plus 6 and 20 marks of short questions, and you have given 20 marks of project. So hopefully I am clear. Best of luck for the exam. Stay well, stay healthy, wear mask unnecessarily, don't come out from the home, study some English newspaper, see some English programs, converse in English with your family, with your friends. It will not only increase your vocabulary but also increase your future in a good way also. Best of luck. Thank you.